Are you an athlete and you want to know if you should trade some of your skill for strength? Watch this.
Our first caller is Logan from Kentucky.
Logan, what's happening? How can we help you?
Hey guys, what's going on? First off, I want to thank you guys for everything that you guys do. I've been listening to you guys for about over a year now, and you guys helped me tremendously. You know, you guys helped me lose 30 pounds from December, so thank you for that.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah. But just getting into the question, so a little background. I've been breakdancing since 2009. I started in high school, and I was competitively doing it on and off, you know, going around the U.S., going around, we call them jams, going to different jams and competing against other guys and girls. We would be judged into 3 different guys, and we will go round by round, basically a dance battle. And those rounds will last between 30 seconds to a minute long. You know, it's very intense. We're moving in all planes of movement. We're going from really slow, really fast, dancing on the ground, and all of a sudden we're popping up to a head spin, you know. And then just here recently, you know, I've been taking my health and fitness a little bit more seriously. And like I said in the beginning, like I lost all this weight, and I started really focusing on the gym more. And I guess that leads me into my question. Given that we're moving the way that we do, us breakdancers, is weightlifting or resistance training in general hurting my progress?
Yeah, it depends how you do it and how it's programmed. By the way, I'm sure you watched the movie Breaking, 1984.
It's a really old reference.
That's man. So breakdancing is one of my favorite things to see on YouTube. The things that you guys can do with your bodies.
Oh, it's amazing.
It makes no sense.
Please tell me you have like a little iPhone clip or video of yourself doing some stuff. Do you have something?
Yeah, you need to send that.
Okay, can you email that to my team? Can you send that to who is it, Jerry or info?
Jerry. Live at mindpumpmedia.
Yeah, send it to live at mindpumpmedia.
Yeah, we'll post it on the
and
on the show.
when we post the show, we'll publish the show. We'll make sure to plug you in.
Yeah, because that's
we'll
crazy.
Make Sal try and do it after.
Yeah, yes. I can. Oh, dude, I can.
Well, this is actually how we decided the executive positions in the company.
Yeah, Justin's
best
crazy
dancer would end up being the CEO, and then so on and so forth.
Battle me, bro.
That's backwards.
Battle me.
Yeah, no. Okay, so Logan, let's get to your question. Will it kill your performance? Depends how you do it. If you're practicing frequently, right? You're practicing your dance moves and your positions and your sequences. 1 day a week of strength training is plenty. That's it. You don't want to do more than that because you're probably already training your body like crazy. And what you want to do with the strength training is just maintain your strength. Now, if you go down to 1 day a week of breakdancing and you're doing 4 days a week of strength training, yeah, you're gonna hurt yourself. First off, you'll build more muscle. You're not going to be as in tune with your new body size, and you're not practicing your skill as much as before. So it really depends on how it's put together. But 1 day a week of strength training is probably all you're going to need.
Would you put on performance?
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, if he's doing practicing breakdancing 3, 4, 5 days a week, it could be even just straight strength training because he's doing so much dynamic movement with breakdancing that he's going to be hitting all the mobility and stuff kind of in that. Right. But I would add additional mobility movements. The second part of your question that you wrote to us is how do you prepare for all-day competition? Do you still want us to answer that for you?
Yeah, so I think that's where I'm kind of getting a little bit confused, you know, with information. So the day before and the day of, you know, what do my movements and more importantly, what does my diet look like?
So diet, do not introduce anything new into your diet the day before or 2 days before. I made this mistake once going into a judo tournament. I thought I was going to carb up the day before and I ate a bunch of pancakes, which I never eat.
All over his opponent.
And I had to, I mean, my gut wasn't
messy.
good. It was really bad. I still won, but it wasn't good. So don't introduce anything new. Eat like you normally do. I would just add a little bit extra fuel, but you know, the thing with when you're manipulating your body is additional water weight or a bloat is going to take away from your skill and your technique, right? You want to kind of be light, agile, fast, and strong. So I wouldn't change too much. Maybe a little extra fuel leading up to it, maybe a little extra carbohydrates, but not too much more because what you don't want to have any bloat or extra 4 pounds of water weight because that's not going to help you move any better, right? It's just going to make you heavier. So I wouldn't overthink it, to be quite honest. As far as the training is concerned, I wouldn't do any heavy lifting at least 4 or 5 days before. So I would take at least 4 or 5 days off of lifting before the day of the competition, and just do mobility movements and practicing your skill lightly leading up to the competition, because you don't want to go into it with any soreness or tightness.
Yeah, I hear all those the advice. Like I think for sure 1 time a week is probably plenty for resistance training. I was trying to like think about symmetry only because there's a couple elements in there that are interesting with isometric contraction, with unilateral training and multiplanar type of approach. So it'd be like phase 2 of MAPS performance as well would help to really kind of bolster and reinforce strength in certain positions where you're in the in the frontal plane, you're in the transverse plane, and just to kind of to strengthen your body awareness and the amount of force you could produce. But honestly, the skill, to Sal's point, it's all the skill is the high priority.
Yeah, well, I mean, and this dude's got great body awareness. I mean, you ain't doing that shit like right there,
bro. The proprioceptive ability of high level breakdancers is
and you can
it's at the highest peak.
He's
right?
at that level. Yeah. So, I mean, I think the advice is that simple. Is MAPS performance 1 day a week. That's all you need. And the goal, if I was training you, would be like, can I slowly get you stronger by increasing weight over time, while also like trying to never get you sore?
Yes,
that would be the dance I'm playing. I'm like, and that is Logan. That is an example of you absolutely crushing it, right? Mm-hmm. If I can get you over time, right? So over the period to slowly get a little bit stronger, and then also your feedback to me is like, dude, Adam, I don't feel sore. Are we pushing? Like, I want to hear that from you. That means I'm like doing my job perfect, because for you, being sore at all is going to really hinder your breakdancing. So I don't want that at all. And you can. I think people we always flirt with going beyond where we need to. You just need to do just enough to send that signal that the body needs a little bit more muscle, and that would be kind of the dance that we'd be playing. Is, no pun intended, is that, hey, let's try and do this strength training. Let's try and get a little stronger week over week, but just enough to where you're getting stronger, but you're not feeling like you're having to recover for the next 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Now, I guess I already know the answer to this. A little dive into my training. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's my traditional training. So chest, arms, legs. But the first hour, I'm just practicing my skills. I'm going through sets, routines, dancing. That's just for the first hour. And then the second hour, I move into the resistance training. I'm assuming you guys think I'm doing too much.
Yeah, I would do the skills training, and then 1 day a week devote it solely to a full body workout.
Full body.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess
it wouldn't hurt, although I don't think it's necessary. It wouldn't hurt to actually do your strength training first on those days, since you're only training 1 day a week. But I also don't need maximum output from you. I don't need you to like crush the weights. So if I wanted to get a little bit more gains in the muscle direction, I would probably say, hey, instead of doing our practice for an hour of breakdancing and then going to lift weights, I'd say, hey, let's lift weights and then go do breakdancing afterwards. But because you'll get more out of your lifting for sure. I mean, you gotta factor in that you've somewhat, even if you're great,
you just don't want to trade skill for strength.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a big mistake athletes sometimes do, is they think that more strength means you're better, only if the skill remains the same or improves. If you drop skill and increase strength, you're not better at breakdancing, are you? Like I saw your video, Doug put it up there. I'm bigger and stronger than you. I can't dance
That's
like you.
That's the thing, adding mass is going to be a detriment.
Yeah.
So really it's just about like keeping the body healthy, the joints strong, supported, stable. That would be the highest priority.
Totally.
For sure. Now, I guess to my last point, back to the diet question. Now, during, like, say I'm at an all-day competition, fatigue happens a lot. And I was with guys a couple podcasts back. Should I use like electrolytes throughout the, like water with salt? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would go electrolyte, water. So LMNT is obviously the company we work with. We like them the most. So you can put that in your water. You'd also want to eat food throughout the day, small meals, and make sure you have some easily digestible carbohydrates.
Yeah, liquid calories would be great.
Yeah, so like Gatorade, I know it's full of sugar and all that stuff, but this is where liquid, sugar can kind of be beneficial. I would have small meals in between, so a 200 calorie meal in between your sets, or 100 calorie meal, just to give you the fuel that you need to continue competing throughout the day, because it's a long day, right? It's pretty much all day.
Yeah, all day from like 1 to 10 p.m.
Yes. Yeah. So you're going to want to eat kind of like, 3 or 4 small meals in between your sets. Not enough to make you feel like, it's going to affect my dancing, but enough to give you some energy so you can continue performing.
Okay, cool. Well, now that you guys gave me that information, so if I cut out the Wednesday, Friday sessions, maybe that's where I'm actually practicing my dance. Like, would you guys recommend switching the out with mobility?
Yes, dance and mobility would be great for those days. So and that's in already performance. So literally follow the mobility days in performance on those days now, and then just stick to the one foundational day of training.
Totally.
For sure.
We'll send you Maps Performance if you don't have it. Okay, Logan?
Awesome, man. No, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
No problem. Yeah, I can't stress this enough because we had a lot of athletes that asked this question.
We get one of these every week.
Do not trade skill for strength, because when it comes to athletic performance, skill trumps strength. It just does. Now, when skill is equal, now strength, if you're stronger, you're going to do better. But you can't do that. You don't want to trade the two. So don't take your current training, your skills training, and trade it for strength training and think you're going to perform better.
Especially at that level. Especially at that level.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
right? if you're a kid,
if you're a kid,
and you're new, and
you just started breakdancing last week, and
some strength in it.
We assume you already have a nice foundational layer of strength that you've been able to like accumulate this type of skill over the years towards. So yeah, now at this point, when you're at that high of a level of skill, it's about like keeping you healthy and keeping your joints responding and being able to have longevity in this pursuit.
I think Doug used to do this. Yeah,
Doug was he was one of the first breakdancers.
Can you guys moonwalk?
Yeah,
that's always been one.
Doug does the whole pop and lock.
You want
pop and locks?
So we're all from the same generation. I guarantee you, all of us went through a stint of trying to do a little bit of breakdancing.
I threw a cardboard out and like totally tried, and then like did the spinny thing on my butt, but never on my head.
Not only did I go through that, but I even had the
you had a boombox.
No, I had the little lasers.
So. No, you didn't.
So and you do
like the rave kids.
Yeah, and you do like your break.
You're good at a lot of things, but you're a terrible dancer. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. This.
I can hacky sack.
Yeah, I had.
Katrina says after about 6 or 7 drinks, I get really good, or maybe it's after
she's just trying to get you drunk.
Maybe after she has 6 or 7 drinks.
Really it looks better by then.
No, I had a couple friends that they figured out how to do. What's that move called? Continuation, where they're just over and over and over.
Oh, you know the names even? I don't know the names.
I did because you guys, I'm a nerd about things, and I remember I'm going to learn how to do that, and I was like,
I'm going to go read books.
Ain't going to happen. So I'm not going to figure this out.
You're not going to learn that easy.